Hey, what's going on? PJ here, 437 Motorsports. Out here with the purple truck. Got to do a coolant temp sensor, which is just underneath of the radiator hose here, and underneath this coolant line. Gotta pop a few things off. We gotta replace this pigtail since it's all nice and corroded. That's what I'm gonna be working on. It's kind of I guess a how-to, what you gotta do. Pop all these air tubes off so you can see what you're doing a little better. Seems like the best way to go about it to me. Pretty corroded, so it might be a little challenge to get out of there, being it's so tight in there too. Didn't think to do this when we had everything off the front of the motor. All right, now we can see what we're doing. Whether it helps or not, I don't know. Right there's the sensor. Right here, see the corrosion on it, like it's on the plug. And there's the old sensor. It's pretty corroded up inside of there. I don't know how that's showing up. And there's what the new one looks like. Already comes with the thread sealer on it, so you don't have to worry about that. And you just reverse the process and screw it back in slowly. Boxed in doesn't work too well either. It's got these rounded corners on it. I think that's what's messing it up. Well, you can't use a socket unless it's a little bigger, or the box end is a. You just want to get this snug because this is a pipe thread. It kind of just, it's tapered, I believe is how they work. It's not going to bottom out like a regular bolt would. If I can get it around enough to get the release for the plug in where I can get to it. That's what I'm trying to accomplish anyway. Hopefully it's not going too far in. As far as I'm gonna go with it. Alright, then we gotta look at the pigtail here. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna get to because don't have much room to work around here. So I'm gonna try to do it here. Pull back this wire loom. So I'm gonna try to solder and heat shrink the wires so they're watertight. Depending on how far back the corrosion goes though. And of course the wiring colors don't match up. Which I guess is fine. I'll just match it up with the plug and it should work. There's the new pigtail, new water sealer. Which this one doesn't even have it on there. I don't know if that fell off sometime or another. But it doesn't have the watertight seal for it. That is probably what caused some of the problems. Let's see. So green will go to blue, yellow to gray, and black to black. All right. And the wires don't look to be corroded, so it's just the plug. All right. All right, I got the wires stripped here. And I gotta match them up since they're different with the new plug. I gotta take my time, make sure I do this right. Let's see if I can solder these things too. All right, that's the soldering part of it. That should keep them together and they shouldn't come apart. There may be a better way of doing this, but this is how I'm doing it. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. All right. Then we'll do the heat shrink. This is marine shrink tubing, so it'll seal any moisture out. If it'll go over top of the wire folded. Oops, ouch. Stabbed myself in the finger. See if we can't smash that a little tighter with a pair of pliers. And try to get your joint in the center as best as possible. Hopefully you can see that starting to shrink down around the wire. Really look tight. Now we're done with the soldering iron. There they are, shrunk tubed, sealed up. I'll give them a minute to cool down. And I'll feed the wire lean back over it. Don't know if it'll fit over top of all these crimps though. I didn't stagger them. So it's not gonna clear that. We'll lock the individuals in there though and leave that piece out. Struggling. Yeah. I'll have to come back and put some tape around this stuff. But for now, dielectric grease, which I bought to keep moisture out of there, and will also help keep the plug from sticking. And that is now installed. I'm gonna have to zip tie that or something. keep it away from the fan. It doesn't want to stay back in there. There we go. See what that does. Pulled back out of the way, back under the intake, where it ties into the actual main wiring harness. Whew. I'm gonna put everything back together, put what water we have back in there, and fire it up and see if it's gonna read temperature once it gets to temp. All right, I got got everything buttoned back up. Put what water I could save back in there. Got the battery hooked back up. Oh, see if this thing fires up. A little low on gas. Yeah, this is the one I've been having trouble with. It wasn't reading at all. So we'll see what happens. Check back in after, see if the gauge moves, double check it. All right, so we got temperature reading. Before it was sitting on 100 and wouldn't move. I just topped the radiator off because it was overflowing after I tried to fill it up again. It is much more responsive now compared to when the thermostat temperature wasn't reading. Before it would stumble right there off of idle. Now it's not, so that's nice. The next thing I got to work on is the oil pressure, because that's what it shouldn't be doing. See what the AC does in this hot rod. It feels cold. Yeah, boy. It ain't clean. Guy used to, he cut wood in it. Hauled wood everywhere, hauled wood, whatnot in this whole thing. Look out. Well, it seems to be doing all right, and I got air conditioning. It's not super cold, but I'm not driving down the road either. But it is definitely cooler than what it is outside, so that's a plus. So far so good, pretty happy. And I got about, I think about $700 tied up in this little truck now. Still got to tag and title it, so that'd be another $7,500 probably. Try to do that here next week or so. And we'll do some videos of driving. The manual. Save the manuals. Yeah, it doesn't like the oil pressure. Stop getting hot, so that's a plus. We're good to go there. Alright, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications on the next uploads. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.